Pere. Cacchia.
Allora, rieccoci con Cthulhu, riprendiamo da siamo rimasti. Eravamo usciti finalmente al manicomio e arrivati... Sinceramente non ricordo dove di preciso. Che hanno queste luci verdi, eh? Ma dove sto? La casa... Ah, ma sto di nuovo alla casa degli Hawkins.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Vabbè. Tu, quindi come fai se io non si sa?
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
Allora, Sarah Hawkins era venerata da un culto. Potrei aver trovato una pista, parla con Golden, parla con Bradley, quello che mi hanno fatto patire. Parliamo un attimo con lui, magari. Vaffanculo.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
No. Sembra che gli sia venuta a meno la memoria. No, lascia perdere, tanto questo si sta mangiando tutto, secondo me. Prova un attimo
I
questa.
met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
Ha avuto una sorta di crisi. Lo chiamava l'errante. Vai, vai.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Come ti chiama il pazzo?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Restiamo prudenti, meglio affrontare la verità. Affrontiamo la verità.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
Parla con la vedova di Sanders. Dove cazzo è che dovrebbe essere, scusa? Posso uscire da qui o... L'investigatore decide di recarsi alla vedova di collezionista per parlare dell'errante che il suo sventurato marito ha menzionato prima di morire. Ah, ok, c'è già stato.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well.
C'è la gattara. Letto d'oro. Quanto tempo?
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Oh. Allora, non deve sentirsi in colpa, è morto gridando davanti ai miei occhi. Non ero più lì quando è successo, l'ha presa piuttosto bene. Beh no, è morto gridando.
He started raving, screaming that a dimensional shambler had found him.
Oh, mercy, that story again. Why have him interned?
That was when he began to convulse and twist with pain. Or terror, it's hard to tell.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not really sure of what I saw, or what I didn't see. But it's best that you weren't there.
I should have been there. What you're telling me is outrageous. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
Che devo fare? Quello sta lì legato senza occhi. Condivide il suo dolore ma non c'entro nulla. Il vero colpevole è Fuller. Non sono stato io a mandarlo lì. Infatti... non c'entro nulla. Facciamo questa?
Mrs. Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Oh, ecco.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Allora, come fa a conoscere Sarah Hawkins? L'ha mai parlato di un errante? Che cosa ci fa qui? E io vorrei sapere prima dell'errante.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Oh, questo potrebbe essere interessante. Esamina l'errante, ha detto nella sala principale. Parliazza imbecille, forse è quello
That's
il
twice
quadro.
you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
È il quadro. Allora, un altro dipinto di Sara, non sono qui per cartini obrei, non sono affari tuoi, devi valutare i quadri. Questo.
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
E tu? Tu che cosa ci fai qui? Hai visto i pugnali di questo disegno?
I found this drawing of a dagger. Did you come across anything like it in your reading?
Perhaps. I saw several daggers in the ledgers. I could always check. What I didn't find, however, was the slightest reason why I should help you, Detective.
I don't need your services. I can manage all on my own, thanks.
Do it then.
Se te levi magari... Oh, vabbè, finalmente ne hai al fanculo. Chiave d'accesso alla galleria di Sands. Ah, ecco. Quindi senza chiave manco potevamo. Presumo sia questo? Oh, ci siamo finalmente. Mazza, mi sa che Sanders c'ha un bel po' di soldi, eh? Non vedi roba. Era quello? No.
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Già. Forse è questo? Cazzo è che schifo. Cucù. Che bello. Scusa, ma deve essere tipo un polipone alla Davy Jones? Che cazzo è questo invece?
What the hell was that?
Quanto ho sbagliato? Porca puttana, ma c'è, oh. Oh, ma che è? No, che schifo, non mi fate queste cose, oh. Cos'è? No, no. Dobbiamo riuscire a trovare il coltello che rompe il dipinto. Il problema è che non è facile, li sto provando tutti. Ma inutilmente perché il bastardo li rompe. Cioè, non funziona nessuno. Proviamo di qua. Qui? Era quello che volevo fare prima.
This dagger looks different.
Aspetta che sta arrivando. Forse è questo, forse ci ho preso stavolta. Eccolo bastardo. Aspetta che fa diretto, Adesso è buggato. Ok, vai. No. Vai, dai che ci abbiamo preso stavolta. Vai, vattene a fanculo. Oh, ci ho preso. Non farti fottere. Sei insistente. Vattene, bastardo.
What's the matter with you?
Non sta messo bene l'amichetto. Mi scusi,
You sure you
la
won't be needing that
droga.
hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Sono stato assalito da una creatura, il dipinto era maledetto, non ho solo bevuto troppo. Vai, la verità.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
Me l'ha scacciata.
I think so too.
Non hai sentito niente, tu sapevi del mostro. Facciamo che se non dopo aereo ci piace il pazzo.
I ran, screamed, broke a pane of glass. You were in the next room and you didn't hear a thing.
If I hadn't heard a thing, I'd still be in the other room. The door was blocked. I got in as soon as I could. I like to look after my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
Affanculo.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Grande. Mi credi questa informazione gratuitamente? Infatti.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Ti sai fare la fine di tuo marito. Comunque, è stato davvero difficile riuscire a liberarsi di quel mostro maledetto, Ecco, arriviamo noi, c'è il bordello. No, aspetta, dato che ho
Where's the bookseller?
salvato. Io direi di fermarci qui perché ci ho messo un botto e non so quanto è manco lungo il video. Quindi via, fermiamoci qui e ci vediamo al prossimo video.